Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and today I'm going to do something different. I have gone through the archives, and I'm going to show you, because many of you haven't been here, but many of you were there for some of the greatest clips, greatest tweets in the history of not just XRP, but also in crypto over the last few years. It's been a long journey, so I thought it would be fun to go through some of my favorites, and I know there's some of your favorites. And then today in DAIXRP.com, the Patreon, you can also join through YouTube by clicking the join button below any of my YouTube videos, or you can subscribe through X by hitting the subscribe button. That's the private group. You can go in there. I'm gonna lay it out for you with the numbers on why right now, maybe down the road, but why right now you do not borrow against your XRP. You don't invest in anything that borrows against your XRP. Do not do it. Not right now. It's not time yet, and I'll prove it, and I'll show you why and what can happen to you. So we're going to do that in the group, and then I'm going to show you probably one of the funniest clips that's ever existed since I got into this XRP journey. And I think many of you will agree because many of you were there. We're going to start with this clip from John Deaton. If you remember, this was during ETHgate. He was on Patrick Bet David. I had put here, they are stunned. What? I'm going to play the second half of it for you. He's talking about how the SEC had redacted all of the documents. And I'll never forget the look on this guy's face when he looks at it and realizes what they did.
He's going through an election, and he'll help you put up a lot to hurt them.
This is it?
Yeah.
In action.
He's asked questions like, have you ever worked for Ethereum Foundation? Look at the answers.
Look at the redactions.
All right, and this isn't the whole,
This isn't
the whole lawsuit.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Right?
This is insane.
Now, why would they redact, Pat, if he's asked a question, have you ever had clients that are part of the Ethereum Foundation? If I represent you and your business, I can't talk about what we talk about.
So is this public record?
No, it was an exhibit that's public record.
Can we show this or no?
Oh, yes, you can show it.
So
absolutely.
So I don't know if people can see this, but
this is pages of that.
This is an entire page of every single word on the page redacted, and there's pages of it.
This is your transparent Securities Exchange Commission.
Holy moly.
Holy moly. I'll never forget that one. And of course, this was an epic picture after Ripple defeated the SEC, where they stood out in front of the SEC and held their hands up. Classic. This was also classic. This is Michael Saylor.
You mentioned you met Satoshi in Seattle in 1993.
Let me hit the reverse.
You also.
This is when Scottie Pippen said that he met Satoshi. The look in Michael Saylor's eyes is classic.
You mentioned you met Satoshi in Seattle in 1993.
I mean, he looked at him like, I'm going to kill you.
Yes. He also came to you in a dream. You have a nice relationship with Satoshi.
I feel like I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a story to tell. Definitely have an opportunity to meet him back in 1993.
Oh my gosh. I bet Saylor pulled him off into a room after that and said,
about cryptocurrency
you can
as
never
a form
talk
of
about
currency.
You can never talk about Satoshi. Now, then this is the clip where Rosie Rios, who was on the board at Ripple and used to be, she's the woman who her name is on your money, said that the train has left the station.
About cryptocurrency as a form of currency.
Well, I think the train's already left the station in terms of cryptocurrency. You may or may not know that I just joined the board of Ripple, and the reason why I chose to join that board, it's, in my opinion, one of the few cryptocurrency options out there that has a credible and legitimate use. So financial institutions use it to settle cross-border payments.
About cryptocurrency.
Okay, That was a classic. And then, of course, we can't leave out old Joseph Lubin, can we? I'm going to go to halfway through on this one.
Certain things in, so they consider the Bitcoin network and token and issuance mechanisms. They consider the Ethereum network token and issuance mechanisms to be decentralized, and therefore no transactions involving those particular assets are considered to be transactions of securities. They have not said the same thing about other tokens, the Ripple token, for instance, and they were clear that they were going to come out with statements to sort of assess these different tokens, and I believe they've made all the statements about decentralization that they're going to make. And so Bill Hinman, Director of Corporate Finance, has been very clear about what you can do and what you can't do, and decentralization is a new element that they're working with. So
classic. That was one of the groundbreaking clips that came out. And then there was this. Remember the time Anthony Pompliano, who understood XRP in 2017, and then all of a sudden he was confused by it for the next 5+ years. This is Brad Garlinghouse talking about the mining control in China, where we got the epic meme of the look on Brad Garlinghouse's face.
Okay, well, let me ask 2 questions.
Okay.
Do you think the Chinese Communist Party could, if they wanted to, control those 4 miners?
No.
That easily makes the classic list. And then there was this. You can't forget the Dimes to Donuts clip from Mike Novogratz, where he predicts like 8 days before the Bill Hinman speech.
There are bigger decisions
happen.
To make. You know, Bitcoin they've already kind of said it's not a security, okay, but Ethereum they haven't ruled on yet. I bet dimes to donuts. They will say Ethereum probably was a security, but it's not anymore. And they're stuck because they were in.
So he bet dimes to donuts on that. And of course, how can you forget the all the money clip from Evan Schwartz of Ripple?
So I let some people have heard me say this before, but I'll throw it out to the audience. What is Interledger's total addressable market size? All the money. Nobody wanted to feed it. Yeah, it's all the money, because what we're really talking about with this idea of the Internet of Value is creating a single global payment network that connects literally everyone and processes maybe not 100%, but 90+% of all the money. That's what we're talking about. 90+% of all the money. And then one of my favorites of all time. Let me hit the refresh button. This is from the first XRP Las Vegas. You got Brad Combs talking to Brad Garlinghouse. You got Brad Garlinghouse. There's several epic things about this. The first thing is that nobody knew Brad Garlinghouse was coming until he walked into the room. Second thing is he had that bodyguard that looked like he could kill you with his pinky. And the third thing is that the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel walks up to the microphone, and there's a picture of the bodyguard with these psycho eyes looking, trying to determine whether the cool guy is a threat or whatever. Or maybe he was wondering how is this guy looking so cool? I don't know. But anyway, a classic moment here. Of course, that is a takeoff. The cool guy used to walk down the streets in New York, and he would always be going, Gary. That was another classic. And then, of course, you couldn't possibly put this together without Joseph Lubin's disguised emails video.
Yeah, Mike's asking, will there be a limit on the amount that a person could invest in Ethereum?
A person can buy from any number of different identities. We may limit the size, the unit size of a sale, just to make it easier to disguise. Let's say if you're a whale and you want some privacy, you can buy 50,000 units and so nobody scares people with an enormous initial purchase. So if you are a whale, if you want planning on investing several million US dollars worth, then you can do that for multiple identities.
So there was that. And then you had this. This was epic. This was Miguel Valles when he ran XRP markets for Ripple. And he said he could see Ripple being a lender of last resort. This is part of what hatched many of us out here thinking that Ripple would eventually become a bank.
Question, Mahir, and I don't necessarily know that we'll ever distribute all of it. In my mind's eye, there's a possibility where, we end up more of a lending kind of, more of a lender of last resort capacity maybe. I think that would be a little strange for a software company, and maybe some things would have to change structurally. Maybe we have to have a different organization or something. Who knows, right?
Then we've got this. Who can forget this? This is when crazy Michael Saylor said there is no second best.
Well, they're going to come in there and buy 100 million or 200 million or 500 million. When you decide that you want that, you go through this thing. Okay, what do I want? Well, I don't want big tech because I don't like the underlying exposure to fiat cash flows. I don't want gold because, again, counterparty risk, and it's an open system, and the gold miners are a problem. Okay, I want crypto. Which crypto? There's 6,500 cryptos. Well, write off most of those. Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay, it's not like Google and Facebook. It's not like Apple and Amazon. Yeah, we can debate Apple or Amazon. What's better? They both look like tech monopolies to me. They both look pretty good. On the other end, Bitcoin.
Oh my gosh. Now, remember this one? This is a classic. This was from Mark Phillips. XRP was designed for $10,000. This definitely goes up the list. I think that this wasn't just some stupid price prediction. He analyzed this thing and went through, and a lot of what he said made sense. And I wasn't going to do this, but I'll relay in the group a rumor I heard one time about this very topic that comes directly from who. So we'll go into the group. I've got a few more of the epic clips. I would say one of them's the funniest ever, and one of them's probably the best video around Ripple and XRP ever made. And then I'm also going to show you why you do not lend your XRP or invest in anything that does lend your XRP, period, right now. Maybe down the road, but not now. So we're going to go in the group. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.